Good morning, guys. I'm I'm going to speak to you in nautical terms. The day before yesterday, I woke up full energy and I went nuts. I removed I took apart the blazer. I removed the chair, the captain's driver's side chair. Removed the center console, installed the chrome, painted the console here, installed the chrome, removed the base. I'm going to paint that in black. Removed the vessel, painted that in silver so the light will ricochet back and be brighter. Polished the plastic, cleaned it, polished the little chrome ashtrays, glued on the new cover on the existing dash cover, cleaned the side the little channel covers for the carpet on the door jamb with chrome, removed the gauges, replaced the bulbs with LEDs. I got the cover on the top of the dash. I got the new cover on, glued it on, and then full wind at my back, full steam ahead. And then the next day I woke up like I was navigating through the Sargasso Sea. I couldn't move. I was achy, and and I said, I need a day in between. I need a day break because I just went nuts and I did too much. And usually I try to put in only 4 hours because I know how I'm gonna get after that, and I overdid it. I even organized a little bit on the screws and all the parts. I have this in a coffee can, and I kind of put the stuff that I have here so I know if I need something I can just come over, look at, find it. Like this little cover here for the seat belts, I gotta remove that too. And dead tired, man. So now today I'm gonna remove the other chair because the plan is to remove the existing carpet, which is burgundy, and I have the new carpet back there, which is cream. It's like camel. It's called camel. And I already painted these panels. I had this painted in gray because I had a different paint theme, a different color theme on the blazer. So I want to do that, and I got the new boot for the stick shift. And now I have a little issue here that when I was putting in the little lights, little bulbs, the little connector popped out and fell in, and it's impossible to get to it with the chair in the way. That's one of the reasons I took the chair out. Anyways, I need to take it out for the carpet. So I'm gonna have to lay here and try to reach in. The blazer is one of the worst underdash conditions I've ever seen. I mean, there's so much metal in there, and there's stuff in the way, and you can get your hand in there. So I try to remove the vessel, the plastic backing there that is attached to the speedometer cable, and the speedometer cable has a little locking clicker or something that to remove it and make it easier, but I couldn't reach it. And I said, enough is enough. And it's one of the signals. I mean, I need to connect it. So I'm gonna see if I can get down on my back here, reach in and try to pop it in and connect it, so then I can put everything back together. But you work a lot easier when you remove the chairs out of the way. And I have to. Those chairs, by the way, are not the original. The original chairs, I took them out a long time ago because they were just low buckets. They didn't recline. I called them orthopedic. They were stiff. And I sold them. Some guy came pick them up right away. And what I did is I bought some Toyota reclining chairs, and that lasts me for, Jesus, 25 years. until they started going sideways and stuff. So I dumped those, and a friend of mine called me. Well, before removing them, my friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, there is a guy selling some van bucket seats with the armrest." And I went there and I picked them up for $80 and I installed them. That was I don't know, 6 years ago, I think, more or less. And they're in good shape, and they're the right color. I just got a great cover on it so that they don't get damaged. It's a little tight with the driver's side because you can't you see some rubbing on this side because this is where the belt comes through, and it's rubbing and rubbing. So I don't know if this is grime or this is just the leather color coming off, but I got a leather cleaner so I can clean this whole thing. And the arm moves down, you know, makes it really comfortable. They're in very good shape. So I'm gonna see if I can get the upholstery that looks like this on the side panels that I have in my other pickup, so I can go ahead and leave it, drop them off. The cardboard backing is not in the best shape. They're kind of rotted and broken, and they were twisted, and they're not in the best shape. So I'm gonna see if this guy can do something about it. That's the old upholstery. So this is all broken. Maybe he can attach something on the back of it to save it. This one is pretty much gone at the end. That's the old upholstery. And I'm just gonna tell him to wrap it over it, and the hell with it, you know. These are hard to find. I can't find them online. I will have to go to a junkyard and see if I can find them, but who has the time? Oh, this side is locked. Okay, so I've been putting it together little by little. I bought the new lights, front and back. They work nice. The old ones they're pretty grimy and they couldn't be polished, so these look nice at night. And gotta clean the rims. Everything's good. I gotta repaint these shields. I got the other ones already removed. And then when it's all put together, I'm gonna take it to this painter I know. I'm gonna tell him to repaint it the same color. I like this color. I had another color that was kind of like a brick red. It didn't look that good. This is like an orangey red. It looks good. And that I'm gonna put it up for sale and see what I get on what I can get offered. Also going to power wash the underside. I'm going to paint the whole thing underneath there. The shocks that I have, they're adjustable, 5 different adjustment. I think they're on 3 right now. So when I put it all together, I'm going to take it for a drive and see how it rides, and then adjust them accordingly, and then see which one is better. So 5, I think, is the stiffest, and you don't want that because you don't get doing a lot of bouncing. And I had it at 3. Maybe I'll move it down to 2 or 1 and see how it goes. So yeah, man, I overdid it. I overdid it big time. And it's funny, in what I tell a friend of mine, what I tell a friend of mine is that we're not 20 anymore. We think we are. And then the buddy goes, "No, you're not." So, gotta take it easy with the projects. But I've been wanting to finish this thing for a few years, and my old lady keeps putting pressure on me. "When are you gonna sell it? When are you gonna sell it?" Da da da. I say, I am. This year is finally gonna go. I've been attached to it. I've had it since 1980. I bought it only when it was 4 years old. It's a 77. It's been with me all this time. It runs great. It's a crawler. It's got the low gears, and it's got the lockers front and back. It's got a lot of stuff. I'm gonna do a list. I'm gonna type out a list of things, put it on the window, park it on the avenue. There's a spot that I saw a Jeep the other day. I went to see it, and the guy wanted 44,000, I think it was. Very clean Jeep, very nice. But I'm not really a Jeep guy. I was just curious. So I'm gonna take it to the same spot. It's got a lot of traffic going through, and there was some other people coming down to see it. So hopefully I could sell it uh, soon. Now there's the last video I made. I was talking about buying the Ford, and I went to see one, and we drove it, half ton, extra cab, long bed, XL package, 4-wheel drive. It's got lockers in the rear. Very nice inside. Only 31,000 miles with a 5.0 Coyote engine. And I said, this is perfect. There was nothing wrong with the truck. One thing it did, I took it out for a test drive. I took it out to the dirt field and I put it through the motions because I know about 4-wheel drives. I've been doing it for 40 years. So I put it in all the gears. Every time I put it into low, for low, it will go clunk and give me a noise and a little jerk. And I'm saying, that's not supposed to do that because none of my trucks do that. So, and I tried it different times and I tried different combos. So what you're supposed to do with that truck in particular, you don't put it on 4 low on the fly like you can with the Chevy K2, the 3/4 ton light duty that I have. 4 high, you can do it around 40 and it would engage. With this one, with the new one, 2018, it didn't do that. And I didn't try to do that either because I know it's a different system. I had it perfectly stopped. I put it in gear. I had it in drive. It wouldn't go in. So I put it in neutral. It went in. And then it would clunk. And I said, well, maybe I'm doing it in the wrong succession. So I put it in drive, put it in 2, drove it for 10 feet or so, stopped, put it in neutral, put it in 4 high, put it in drive, drove it, no problem, no clunking, stopped, put it in neutral, put it in 4 low, put it in drive, clunk, and it gave me the noise. So I'm thinking there's got to be something loose. So after driving it around, I tested the locking rear differential. It worked. You can feel the torquing on the dirt. It was cutting into the dirt, so that was working. It was kind of bouncy, and I was attributing to that it had Yokohama tires, super aired up for good economy, fuel economy on the road, and it probably had stiff shocks, not cushioning. So I'm thinking one or both are having the issue. When we drove it on the freeway, it was a little stiff also. I drove a 150 2-3 years ago and it drove like a car, and that's what attracted me a truck, that it drove like a car, 4-wheel drive, the whole thing. But I think it had the XLT package. Maybe it was a smoother setup. This one was the XL, which is the working truck. So it probably, and it's an 8-foot, so you can load it up. It's stiffer. I think that's the issue. But then when I went to negotiate, I really wanted the truck, and I've been looking. This is the only one for 500 miles, and it happened to be near my mom's. And I said, okay, we'll swing by there. When I went to negotiate with the guy, Middle Eastern guy, not a dollar. He wouldn't budget. He was asking $39,998. I said, dude, this is a 4-year-old truck. And by the way, I looked it up on Kelley Blue Book and it was going for $32,989, I think it was. It wasn't even 33. And I said, look, I showed him the paper and I said, look, I printed it out. This is Kelley Blue Book price. If you give it to me at this price, I'll buy the truck right now. Oh no, we don't discount. We don't discount trucks here. And I said, well, why not? Aren't you in the business of selling? This guy's got a yard. He's got the front, the side, the back, and the other side of the back behind the office. It's packed with trucks and vans and stake trucks and box trucks with the toolboxes on them, for electrician and plumbers. He doesn't have room for more, and he says, "Well, no, because I paid. You're offering less than what I paid." And I said, well, "What'd you pay for the truck?" And he wouldn't tell me. So I asked him again. Said, "What you pay for?" He said, "Oh, we paid over 10% of." And I said, "Well, 10% of what? What did you buy the truck for?" He says 36. I said, "Dude, I wasn't born yesterday. You're not gonna buy a truck for 36 and then sell it for 39. You didn't get it for 36. You got it for 29. Okay?" He wants to make 10 grand on a sale. I said, "Dude, give me a break." I said, "Come on, you probably got it for less than that." And he wouldn't budge. And I said, "Well, I like the truck, but I'm not in love with it. I don't get in love with things. Like, if you're not gonna give it to me at a reasonable price, negotiable. Let's negotiate." He didn't want to do it. Very stubborn guy. And I said, "No, I'm not interested in the truck anymore. I'm not gonna get the truck." So I said, "Do you have anything else?" Because he's got tons. He says, he looks it up in his inventory. He goes, "Oh yeah, I got a Chevy 2013 3/4 ton." All right, let's go see it. We went way in the back. It was dead battery, dirty as hell. You can tell the truck was there for a long time. No tailgate. And I said, "What's the tailgate?" "Oh, I have it in the inside." And I said, "Well, why?" "It's because it's probably smashed. There's no point. There's no reason to take a tailgate off a pickup. Everybody, the other trucks have the tailgate on, not this one." So I looked at the tires. They were kind of a little worn. And I said, "Well, let me, I want to start it." It had the 6.0 engine, which is a very good engine. And I went to start it. He brought in the power pack and hooked it to the battery, got it going. And then I'm looking inside the door. The armrest is ripped out. It's got crank windows. No electric anything. No adjustments or anything. No electric windows. I'm going, dude. And he wants 31,900. And I said, 31,900? You're not even going to bring it down to 31,000? No. I said, the hell with you, man. And the truck had, what was it? 89,000 miles, I think it was. That's another suspicious thing about the Ford. 2018, it had 31,000. And I said, that comes out to around 7,100. And then I looked and I said, it's got California plates. In California, you usually drive 12 to 15,000 a year. This guy's driving 7,000 miles a year, and he's got a toolbox on it that he was working, I imagine, construction. By the way, the toolbox, I opened it up, it was not a scratch. So I think they put the toolbox in there to give it more value or something. But it kind of looks suspicious that a truck that has 4 years only had 31,000. Then it had a hole on the floor in the back. When you open the extra cab, it had a hole that they plugged it with clear silicone. And I'm looking at that. What the hell is that? And I grabbed it and I pulled it. It was like on a hole. And I said, is that a bullet hole on the floor? Weird. Going through the mat. It's going through the mat. And then they put clear instead of putting black silicone. Anyways, and then I pop the hood. I'm looking at the engine on the Ford, and I see a little harness, a plastic sleeve with two wires cut, red and black. And I said, "What's this?" Oh, I had an alarm. Dude, why would you cut an alarm? He goes, I don't know. And it's supposed to have the factory alarm, so I don't know what that wire was cut. They didn't even put a little cap on it or anything. It just exposed. Kind of weird. So I said, "Is this a repo?" Or and I think it was, but it doesn't matter. The thing is that I didn't want to bring it down a single dollar. And I said, "Dude," he goes, "Well, it's the only truck of its kind for 500 miles around." I said, "So you giving it value because there's not other one giving it competition, not because of the value of the Cali Blue Book, it's because there's no more trucks like this one. That's why it's $40,000." And I did the numbers. I said, okay, I'm gonna pay the taxes, I'm gonna pay the license, and I'm gonna put down 5,000, and it will come out to around five something a month, which is okay. But if I got it at 33, I wasn't gonna pay 40,000, no, on a used truck, even though it's in mint condition. But it was kind of something weird about it, and I didn't really like the way it rode. It was kind of stiff. It wasn't the soft car ride that I've experienced before. So on the Chevy, he goes, and this is how you can tell the guy only doesn't really know about vehicles. He just sells them. He tells me, "Oh, this truck will, with a camper, it's a lot stronger than the other one." And I said, "Well, the other one has a V8." "Yeah, but this is a bigger engine." And I said, but, and I stopped talking because I said, this guy doesn't know. He doesn't know that other engine puts out more horsepower. It's like the V6 EcoBoost. It puts out more power, more torque, because that's what you need when you're loading heavy and stuff. It puts out more torque than the V8. And he doesn't. I said, I'm going to stop talking to this guy because he doesn't know shit. He just wants to sell it high and make a lot of money, which is fine. That's his business. But he's got to have a few 100,000 just sitting there in that lot. Easy. I mean, no, he's got over a million sitting there. Because if he sells everything at the price he's asking, 100,000 will be in 3 vehicles. And he had roughly, and I'm not exaggerating, he had there about 350 vehicles, maybe more. He's got a huge lot, several acres. So now, on the way back, I'm kind of thinking about the whole thing, and I'm saying, now I'm going to have to reassess my decision on buying an extra cab because they are very, very, very scarce. Extra cab long bed. I mean, he searched and I searched. That was the only one within 500 miles. And I've done 1,000 and 1,500 miles. They're very scarce. The one that's a dime a dozen is the single cab long bed work truck. And I said, well, if I'm going to go to a single cab and spend, you can pick those up for about 22 to 26, depending on the year and the condition and the mileage. If you're going to buy one of those, I'm back to square one because this one is a single cab and pay for it and it runs good. It doesn't have as much horsepower as the other one. It doesn't have the bucket seats. That's one of the things that I was kind of hoping to get. And I'm thinking maybe I should just put bucket seats in this one. The hell with it. It's an easy truck to work with. The parts are everywhere. So now I'll put a stop for now. I put a stop on the search. I'm going to concentrate on working on the Blazer, getting it painted. And I'm probably going to paint the blue one too. Get it in good shape if I do decide to sell it. That truck, it's got low miles. It's got 86,000, I think it was. It's got a crate engine. That truck can sell. I saw it online, $6,000. Say, are you kidding me? For a truck that old? My Avalanche, $12,000. I'm going, damn. Maybe it's the time to sell everything and then just buy one. You know, that's an idea. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm gonna have to quit on the Ford for now and do a little more research. Maybe I'll go back to Chevy and see if I can get a 3/4 ton long bed extra cab with better interior. Because this guy, he's asking 32,000. You know, rounded out 32,000 for a vehicle. It's got a ripped. And I said, "Do you fix that? Or you replace?" He goes, "No, you gotta get that on your own. So you gotta go buy the panel, or because the base of it, the bracket that holds the cushion, it was also ripped and broken. Something happened there. So, but crack windows, and I said, they still make crank windows. I mean, I got that on the Blazer, but that's a 77. 2013, they're making crank windows. Come on, Chevy, and also Ford. I seen Fords with a crank window. I said, come on, dude, this is the 21st century here. So, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want a little more comfort, a little more, if I want to raise and lower the window on the other side to get a breeze going, I don't want to be reaching over there and trying to crank it. That's one of the hassles I had with the Blazer, that would actually have to pull over somewhere and crank the window down a few inches if I was driving by myself. So I want electric windows. So I'm going to see and then look. Everything is high. Everything is high. I saw a guy doing a review on vehicles, and he says that the dealers are they got warned by GM, basically, that they have to control their pricing because they're gouging people. They have prices like somebody sent them a picture of a sticker of $108,000 for a vehicle that it should have been 60, top of the line. So they gone up a third on their prices. 30, no, he said 33%, I think it was, so 36% on the used vehicles and 11% on the new vehicles. And when you're dealing with a vehicle that's 60 grand and they check another 11% or 20 or 30, come on, dude, that's abuse. That's beyond gouging. That's being assaulted. So I said, like the old song by Lou, I think it was Lou Rawls, that he said, it's cheaper to keep her. I think it was Lou Rawls. It's cheaper to keep her because, man, you buy something new now and I mean, we bought a Mazda, brand spanking new with 0 miles almost, or maybe 12 miles on it or something. And we paid 29. And it's got everything. And then you get the taxes and everything else. But we paid very good price. We were very happy with the vehicle. And they're asking for a pickup that's got crank windows and a broken armrest, $32,000. This guy's crazy. So I said, you got so many trucks here. Are you selling anything? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, in 6 months, I'll have a whole new... It's bullshit. I've gone through there a bunch of times and I see the same vehicles. And then he tells me this with the most ridiculous thing I ever heard a person say. He said, it will cost me more to replace this vehicle. And I said, but aren't you in the business of selling? Or you're in the business of keeping vehicles? Because it's going to cost you more to replace it. What kind of a statement is that? It's going to cost me more to sell it and get another one. That's basically what, and I'm going, what? I couldn't understand what he meant by that. I said, So, and then I noticed, I was looking at all the vehicles and looking at the mileage. They're all pretty low, and I'm thinking, something going on here. All these vehicles, you don't see vehicles with 90 or 89 or 110. they were like 30, 38, you know, and they're 3 years old, and I'm going, are they rolling these things back because they're all electrical, and you can probably hook it to a computer and just switch the numbers. I don't know if that's possible. I know you can do it with the old-fashioned cable that you put on a drill and roll it until it goes to the other number, but I don't know about the digital ones. But that kind of suspicious that this guy has a lot of trucks with low miles. What a coincidence. So I'm not going there anymore. So I'm gonna have to lay off for that until I can get some of these vehicles out of here, and then make some room for another one, and then I'll make a decision if I'm gonna sell even the Avalanche and just go with a big bundle and buy a new vehicle. I mean, the way prices are, everything is high. Even the old beat up, torn seats, high miles, they're asking a lot of money. You know, I showed this to a contractor that he was giving me a price on the driveway. I'm thinking of fixing all the broken and everything, the driveway. And I said, look, it's got a crate engine with 80 something thousand miles. Got a new tranny that is one. When I bought it, it was 1 year old, and the old man didn't drive it. He just put a new tranny and parked it. So basically, I'm the one that's driven it, and I've probably put in the tranny maybe 2,000 miles. Okay, so new engine, new tranny, new brakes, new tires, air conditioning works. The only thing that it needs is a radio, because I took the old radio out and burnt out. I have it up here on the bench, and it needs a paint job. And it's a 3/4 ton light duty, so it runs great. So I'm gonna have to keep it for now. I can't be spending a bunch of money to have a vehicle parked most of the year. That's the deal. All right, guys, I'm gonna get back to work, and I'll see you on the next one.